Friends, this is not an omen of things to come. We're very organized. We promise. Some of us are just very sleep deprived.
I don't promise anything. Ha.
Hey,
That's
friends.
Hi,
It's
friends.
us.
Hi.
Welcome to Euphoria.
Welcome to Euphoria. Last month we said we were going to do a thing, and this is us doing a thing. Speaking of us, my name is Aida. My pronouns are she and her. I'm a Latina woman. I have tan skin, dark eyes, dark hair that is suffering, and I'm wearing a lime green shirt with a Grogu on it, and he's hella comfy. Who are
Hella
you,
comfy.
friend?
We could all wish to be Grogu in this moment. I'm confused
Yes,
by.
yes, yes,
We said
yes,
we were
yes,
going to do a
yes,
thing,
yes.
and then we did a thing, and she made it sound that simple. It's me, JC Darcy. I use they, she pronouns. I do things on the internet. I'm wearing glasses. I'm a white woman. I have sort of brown hair. And I'm wearing my favorite necklace today. It reads Karma in sparkly pink. Because
Lovely.
this just feels like a summation of Karma being here with you this evening, launching this event. Finally.
Finally. What event is that? What?
We had a name for it, but I forget what it was. It
That
was really
thing?
really catchy.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it's the summer of sci-fi, you guys. It's August. It's hot. So what better to do than cool off in the vacuum of
where
space?
no one can hear you sweat.
Can you
It doesn't
sweat in
roll off the
space?
tongue so much.
Not so much. No. It's 4 weeks, 4.5, 3.5 weeks,
It's a
something
month.
like that.
It's this
It's a
whole
month.
month, and we decided to stretch ourselves out and have a
Yes.
lot of fun and be really excited, all the while being really excited and just in awe of the stories being told, of the friends we have, of all the friends that are from the European community.
Mhm.
100% of them.
Yeah.
Uh, all the games are sci-fi. So when we say sci-fi, we're talking about futuristic themes, spacey things, technology things. I learned that there was like this whole gatekeepery thing on sci-fi
Shocking.
and SF, and I was like, fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah. There was gatekeeping on the internet. You do surprise me.
I was like,
But we're
who
not
is
here
it?
for any of
Oh,
that.
they're all old white men. Never mind. I don't care for that.
Again, it's just shock after shock after shock today.
They'll die mad soon enough. But we are here to talk, to celebrate these amazing stories. And we're here just to kind of gab about how we got to this place.
Mhm.
So, record scratch that meme and what is coming up for the whole month.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is
Hello,
our
Annika in
launcher
the
thing.
chat. Hello, Sam in the chat. Hello,
Thanks for
everybody.
being
Thanks
here.
for being here. Thank you for the boost on socials. Thank you for all the kind things that people have said and for volunteering for things and emailing us and saying nice things. This is now a fruition of not just the work of the people that you see on the screen and the people that you will see on the screen, but also people in the background have just been helping us out in a myriad ways. So thank you all to all of you.
Wonderful beings, and it's a wonderful reminder of the friends we have, of the really strong, vibrant, talented, and engaged community that we have here.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started, I just sort of assumed, oh, if I want to do anything TTRPG related, I have to talk to the people I only physically know and no one else, or these really strange, wonderful talented people, but 6 hours starting
Yeah.
away from me. And I guess I'll never engage in those chats or be part of those conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Or when I go show up and say good morning, it's actually 3 a.m. for them.
Mm-hmm.
And people start talking about Dunkin' Donuts really hard. And I'm just like,
Sorry,
okay.
people talking about donuts stresses you out?
Anecdote. I had joined a while ago this wonderful community, this Latina specific
Mm-hmm.
community in the forum to verify. Great. They're all US based. And when I got there, uh, the primary conversation for like at least 2 days was everyone's preferred Dunkin' Donut drinks. Because they're also saying like, oh, we're Latine, we like cafe. Yes, I can't
Mm-hmm.
stand coffee. And also, they were talking about their favorite Dunkin' Donut drinks, and Dunkin' Donuts isn't a thing where I am in the Netherlands. So I was like,
Nope.
not for me, not for me. Time zone, not for me.
Yeah.
I have nothing in common with these people. That makes me a little sad. I have no
Mm.
commonality community and
Yeah.
culture, and I need to foster that locally. And then I
Yeah.
found a Darcy.
How did we find each other? I love this about so many relationships that I have with people on the internet and on the Discord. It's like, I don't know, we followed each other on Twitter and then suddenly we were in each other's pockets and did everything and we're building a company together. How did that flip come?
We first we finally crossed paths on Tav's channel, and you guest GM'd for
Oh
a
God, I'd wipe that from my memory.
we
That's true.
what was the game?
It was
Heroes
masks.
Masks.
Mm.
Masks. You guest GM'd.
I had never I had never played that game before. It was an absolute horror show, and I'd wiped it from my memory. Thank you for bringing
You
it
came in at the
screaming back.
halfway point, even like
Yep,
where continuity is a big thing, and just like, nope, you're gonna toss you in.
yep, and run a combat, and I was like, "What?
And you did it.
What?"
And I was just
We
like, this
got
person
there.
is wonderful. I want to do more things with them.
We got there by the virtue of you and the cast being like, "And then we would roll this, Darcy." It's like, thank you all so much. No, Sam, don't go and find it, please, please don't.
It was for a good cause, I think.
It was for a good cause, and it was one of those things where we kind of got caught up in the idea of, wouldn't it be cool if Darcy came in and took over stream?
Darcy is that cool.
But that we didn't work out the rest of it. Like, and
Yeah,
then
fair.
what? What happens when you get on stream, Darcy? What do you do then? It was a cool entrance. It was a cool character. And yeah, it was for a good cause. But no, I had wiped that from my memory, and after this conversation, it's gonna go back into the vault.
That's okay.
Goodbye.
Well, noted. And then we were in each other's spheres a lot,
Yeah.
and I at least I noticed we have the same sort of energy, as in someone says, I have idea, what about? And for some people, they have the idea and it floats there in the ether forever.
Yep.
There, I found that Darcy and I were people that just like,
Pull it
it's
down.
real now.
Yeah.
I did all the work, here you go.
Yeah.
Oh, you there was this other thing you didn't think of. Oh, I thought of it for you. Here you go again.
Already done. Yeah. That's what it's like working with Ida. For sure. I'm feeling the benefit of it right now because I'm very, very sleep deprived and having a rough time.
Friend.
Off this side of the frame, everything is on fire.
Friend.
Here, everything is fine because Ida's got my back.
I got your back.
And eventually I'll be able to reciprocate the other way around.
Yes,
But
and
it
we're
is
gonna
not
have more
yet
people.
this day.
We're
Exactly.
gonna also increase our team. We're going to be
Yes.
big. If you're watching this in the future, hopefully in the future we will have a thriving team that has our sort of similar energy,
Yeah.
and particularly materializing this thing is for the universe.
Mhm.
Any person that's going to have decision-making capacities on our channel, the next person is going to be a person of color, because I've been on so many teams and communities, great, wonderful people,
Mhm.
and inclusive and inviting. But when
Yeah.
it comes to the people at the top decision-making power, it's
Mhm.
like, it's a little pale up there.
You gotta get that melanin in there. You gotta get that. Exactly. And they must love tea. I think we should put that out there. I think we've got enough coffee drinkers. I think you need some more tea drinkers.
People are welcome to the caffeine or warm beverages of their choice. I am a snob when it comes to tea. I recognize my snobbery. Um, I will smile and say, well, if that makes you happy, sure. I
Mhm.
don't have to vocalize my harsh judgment. It's
True.
in there, but I will support people who like mass-produced dust in plastic, microplastic-ridden bags, mixed in with milk and sugar to hide the sad, over-tannic taste. That's
Okay,
okay.
Sam wants to just pull the lid off of this can of worms. This is not a tea stream, but we'll allow you. I'll set a timer for like 2 minutes, and you can answer the question.
2 minutes is too long for most teas to brew. The best kind of tea is a loose leaf tea that is directly produced from its country of origin, that contains exclusively Camellia sinensis, which is tea leaf. If it has roots like ginger, if it has flower, herb, anything else, that is not tea. That is a tisane. That is a soup. That is a stew. That is not tea. That is soup. If it does not have tea leaf,
Took me out.
if it does not have tea leaf, it is not tea. Each tea, whether it's all the same tea leaf, whether it's white tea, green tea, Pu'er, oolong, red tea is all from the same leaf. Different production lists have different temperatures and different steeping rates. They should be enjoyed in any combination you like, of all countries, of all nations, all things. My current favorite right now is a Raogui oolong, which is a Chinese oolong high altitude Fujian tea.
So when she said she was a snob, she meant it.
But I like a good bubble tea, which isn't tea, it's just sugar and
Hell yeah.
chewy, sweet, fruity bits. I like this too, okay?
That's the thing. I 2 minutes on my I used to be a barista, so I was the coffee snob for a long time. And then I had kids, and now it's just like, what freeze-dried shit can I get in my veins ASAP? But occasionally I'll enjoy something, like watching the videos, especially like the YouTube shorts where it's people doing like really fastidious ASMR things with pucks and like a little whisk to spread it out and aerate it, and they do all sorts of bullshit. It's nice to watch. It's nice to enjoy. However, caffeine. That's the important thing.
So the last sci-fi game that Darcy and
Mhm.
I played together was Alien RPG, and I had my character massacre coffee for everyone. And
Oh,
Alien
yeah.
RPG is a game where generally, specifically, one of the players is
An
a
asshole?
betrayer.
Oh, okay.
Is
Same
an
thing.
asshole, is a betrayer, is someone who is actively working against the other players underneath the scenes with consent and direction from the
Yeah.
GM. And apparently, my first line was, I was the captain of this ship,
Mhm,
and I woke up out of cryo sleep faster than before anyone else. And because my character was cheap,
mhm.
was trying to save money, we're on a bucket of bolts flying through space. We got to cut corners. I got to water down the coffee. And I
And
remember
everybody in
was
that
like,
moment hated Ida's character and believed her to be the sleeper agent. It was the android, right? It was a hidden
it was
android.
the, and there was
And we were like,
Arnica.
no actual human being could do that with a straight face, with any love in their heart. That's an android right there. It doesn't need caffeine. It's not real. And we were wrong. And we all died horribly for it, apart from Aida.
And that's the joy that sci-fi worlds and tropes get to bring to storytelling. That I think we're going to experience a lot of this month.
Mhm.
We did Summer of Sci-Fi because sci-fi just cool, yo. If we have other fans, if we have cool, if we think of other cool titles for themes of games, we'll do them in the future.
Fall of fantasy. That could
Uh,
be I should write that down. That could be a thing. Not this fall, because no,
no,
not
we
yet.
cannot.
But it seems like we like to be a little bit different, um, and it seems like there's a lot of fantasy out there, and that's not to say it's all a bad thing. Some of it's fantastic, but just something a bit different, a bit sci-fi. And like you said, like we played that Alien game together, and the other game that brought us together was when I ran Orbital Blues for
Mm,
women in gaming.
yes,
So we got another sci-fi link there that I hadn't even thought of. So it just seemed right that our first event be sci-fi.
sci-fi. It's gonna be sci-fi. A whole month of it, a lot of it,
A lot.
more
We
than we originally
did
envisioned.
too much.
Again, guilty.
Guilty. And we've
Now,
said that we're not going to do it again. And we're saying it now on stream. Clip it. We're not going to do too much
Ida, Darcy, this is us from the past.
from the past. You love past us.
You love past us. This is past us caring about you. This is past us wanting you to have healthy boundaries, to
Mhm.
love yourself, love
Mhm.
your and trust your own capacity.
Mhm.
Your capacity right now saying, no, stop it, fuck off, delete it, take it off Notion.
You know we can't do that. My
You can
delete button doesn't work.
you can do all the other things, do those things. But that other thing you're thinking of adding, hold it. Okay.
So, unfortunately, we lost a game. We had a game scheduled and we did announce that game and we announced the cast. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get it together, which makes it sound like we all fell apart at the seams. It was just scheduling conflicts. We just couldn't pull together everybody at the same time and do the game the justice that we know that this cast is going to do it. So, unfortunately, we don't have Coriolis the Great Dark for you in August. it will return later in the year. But so that was 4 slots that suddenly were empty. And Ida and I looked at each other and said, well, we have to fill it. We have to get more content. So I went away and I programmed something, and Ida went away and programmed something. And so now we have 6 pieces of content to fill that gap of 4. And that's
Let's
how easily
go.
it can happen, guys. That's how easily
Let's
these things can
go.
happen.
And only because you're Aida or Darcy or friends of ours who know this pain. My first thesis advisor said I had an editorial problem, that I had a problem
Can't relate.
deleting and editing what I wrote because I felt too much ownership about it. Like I
Mhm.
didn't need those extra 7 pages of background. Just because I wrote it, I felt attached to it. But no, I should let that go. Uh, I forgot his name. I don't remember
We don't need
anymore.
to remember it. He's clearly a cretin.
Got
He's wrong in every way, shape, and form.
my degree. Thus,
With or without those 7 extra pages.
was without in the end.
Cretin.
It's okay. We're going to talk about the amazing content we did and are going to do. Is in store, is in the barrel. So first things first, if you check out our socials, or if you're on Twitch, if you scroll down below, there is a Wappen tile with the whole day-by-day schedule we're going to be streaming. Every stream this August is going to be at 7 p.m. BST, 8 p.m. CEST, accessible to European time zones. That is one of the few singular laws we're going to have here at EUphoria. It has to be accessible to the European community. It doesn't make sense to say, oh, but most people are in the US. We got to stream it at 8 their time, which is 2 in the morning. Nope.
They can watch us on their lunch break.
On the
Or they
VODs.
can, on the VODs. They can get that content the way that the Europeans have had to get that content for so long.
Yeah.
This is going to be prime time. Settle in with your dinner, settle in with your family, and watch some nerds do some real goofy stuff. Because we got some really goofy stuff. There's some really interesting, like serious, proper storytelling as well. But also there is a sentient juice maker, and I feel like that needs to be praised. That needs to be put up front. Like there is a sentient juice maker. Beware.
Excellent segue. So the first item on the wonderful menu is going to be streaming every Wednesday, a 4-part AP of Scum and Villainy. Scum and Villainy is an Evil Hat Productions game, is based on Blades in the Dark. It has this sort of system. And in Scum and Villainy, the players are scoundrels.
Mm-hmm.
And in this particular story that is GM'd by Chirag, that's not actually, let me put the details in the thing, I think. I made things. How do I spell villainy? With an extra I. There we go.
Just like that.
In this story, each scoundrel is from a respective planet whose most precious artifact got nabbed, got stolen by someone else more powerful, and is now being paraded or shown in a museum galaxies away, without any of the people for whose benefit it was created for around or had any say in it. So these 4 scoundrels are going to take it back. And what I love the most about the premise of this story, it's an all POC table. It's an all POC table who are based in Europe, whose ethnicities and backgrounds can personally relate to this. And the sort of quips that I've seen this table go through are the ones that are only allowed and excusable and only work for POC tables. Like I've heard, it was pre-recorded. We ran it through it last week because cat herding schedules. And the things I heard them say, I was like, anyone who isn't you guys saying this would be pulled through the ringer. But because you're saying it, the nuance and the layers and the things within the lines make perfect sense.
Yeah.
So they're scoundrels, and they're going across various planets, various rich people, various fruit-based companies, and they're stealing back their shit.
It's such a genius concept. I'm so happy and proud that this is one of the first things that we get to showcase. Like we are absolutely making good on every promise that we made. And it's we get so much use out of that gif of Elle Woods. What? Like it's hard?
Like it's hard.
It's been in our Discord so many times, you guys.
I think I need
But
to find a Halloween costume for that.
ooh, Halloween stream, put it in Notion. Um,
No,
that we were
I'm
able
in
to
big
get that
bad.
table together. So it came together so fluidly, didn't it? Like it was just like that person, oh, and obviously that person, and obviously yeah, okay, and that person as well.
And I was like in their discords once I got the blurb and the content warnings. I was like, hey, you want to fuck up some fantasy space colonialism? They're like, sign me up.
Say more. And they all got to create their characters and then didn't they each create the artifact from their
Mm-hmm.
own character's culture as well, and like give it there's like reams of backstory and stuff and details about what this artifact did and its uses, and then they get to go and steal it back. It's just genius. I love it so much. I can't wait to see it.
And one of the things they encountered, I won't give any more context out of what Darcy just said, is a sentient juice maker. That's all. Spent a lot of time animating that little shit. I'm like, this time could have been better spent. No, it couldn't have.
I haven't watched it yet. I just went into our Canva to make a overlay for something else, and I saw the YouTube thumbnail that Ida had made, and I could see the caption was referencing a sentient. Was it like I gently caress the juicer? I
Yes,
just posted it in
there was
Discord like
consent.
I have questions and concerns.
There was consent.
It was a hell of a sentence to read first thing in the morning.
This wonderful cast is comprised of Chirag Asnani. He is the GM. He is a Desi Indian based in the UK. 1/3 of the founders from Desi and Dragons, an amazing community that just did an amazing charity stream this past weekend. I think they're done with their
Think it's
all their
done.
streams now. So great work to them. The players include the award-winning Taylor Ann Navarro, the amazingly talented friends from Science and Sorcery, Kalir Tholway and Rachel Williams, and great friend, queer advocate here in the Netherlands, Ruben Ferdinand.
Stacked cast. Just perfect.
So catch them Wednesdays for all of this month with their games at 7 p.m. BST, 8 p.m. CEST.
And if you miss any of those on the Wednesdays, they'll all be up on YouTube for the VODs.
Yes.
If you wait to the end of the month, you can binge it all in one beautiful sitting.
So good.
Very, very excited.
Shall I take the next one too?
Yeah, if you'd like to.
Might as well. This is a we have another. So the Summon Villainy. The series is called the Star Taker. Star Taker. The people who take back their stars. Star Taker. It's a 4-part AP. On Thursdays, we have a 2-part AP. So this will be for the next 2 Thursdays. We have a game of Starfinder. A 2-part
I've heard of that.
Starfinder. But this is the Starfinder 2E that just got released yesterday.
Hot
the rules
drop.
set dropped yesterday at Gen Con.
They're all in their Discord right now, frantically like looking through the pre-gens and looking at the rules and breaking it all apart and seeing what's different. They all seem really, really excited about it.
It's really excited. It's going to be GM'd by my good friend Krifu Bernal, who is a hardcore Paizo fanboy, all things. So he's a really good person to lead people who might not be familiar with Starfinder or Pathfinder or Paizo games in general, because this is known as a very crunchy system. The story that they're going to be telling, they are star pirates, space pirates. They kind of go back and forth doing some jobs, and this is an easy job. They're just going to be sort of shuttling packages here and there. But oh no, one of the packages is going to be heading to this really funky star system, and this particular planet asteroid, of which a space necromancer lives on.
What could go wrong?
Nothing. Everything. Yes.
Space necromancy. Let's go.
So join us for the 2-part game of Starfinder 2E, fresh off the presses of a adventure written by Krifu called The Asteroidal Tower, and
Nice.
is going to be played by Dungeon Delves, who is a talented, wonderful, great technical resource. Dungeon Delves based in the UK. Sandra Catharin, TTRPG horror mastermind writer based in the Netherlands. Cedric, uh, Asian POC based in Sweden. And Pan, uh, another big Starfinder fan, I think nominated for Crit Awards Best Paizo
Correct.
player, even. So,
Yeah.
really excellent choice to have with us.
Mhm.
Black based in the UK, and Krifu is based in Germany. So, this is another game that is, like, of course, all European. And
Mhm.
something that Krifu and I kept in mind was like, we take for granted that we're all speaking English. English is not
Mhm.
everyone's native language. And thus, it's easier to default people who are comfortable speaking English, thus UK, England,
Yeah.
Ireland, Scotland, etc., which is Europe. Some may not think so, but
Technically.
representative of Greater Europe, representation of Greater Europe is also really important. So we have people from other countries being represented here, playing in English that is not necessarily their native language. They're all very fluent, they're all very talented people. And this is, I'm going to dare say, the norm in Europe.
Mhm.
Don't let national borders prevent you from finding community and finding commonality. Europe is small compared to the US.
God, yes.
Let's not raise those borders. We have a lot in common. We can do more together.
Absolutely.
So that's Starfinder 2E, the Asteroid Belt, streaming Thursdays. So for 2 Thursdays back to back at 7 p.m. BST, 8 p.m. CEST. Yay!
Incredible.
And then we got
Shall I take the
weekends.
next one? We
Yes,
go
thank
weekends. Let me give an overview of what's going to happen at weekends then, because I'm not going to go through every single one in minute detail. Um, what I went away and programmed when we lost that four-parter was a four-part um, series of solo APs, basically. And you might think it would be really difficult to find things that would fit the bill. They needed to be games that were solo games or at least adaptable into solo, written by British or European designers and sci fi themed. The amount I could do a whole extra series. The amount of games that I was like, what if I did this one as well? And thankfully, past Ida managed to restrain me and say, no, no. But between myself and the incredible, wonderful Fiona Howard, who isn't with us because she's at Gen Con.
She's the prom queen of Gen Con.
She's
We're friends
everybody's
with the
best
prom queen.
friend.
Yay!
Yay! Technically, we're all friends with those other people as well. But we will be. We are running. We're going to play Bucket of Bolts by Mousehole Press, which is a solo game played from the perspective of a spaceship. You don't play like an explorer or an astronaut, or you are the ship, and it explores your lifetime under the control of different captains, different crews, going on different missions. I get to play that one. I'm really excited for it. And then trying to do these in chronological order. Um, then Fiona is going to play for small creatures such as we, which is an Anna Blackwell game. Now, if you've ever played any solo TTRPG, you've probably played an Anna Blackwell game. She is the master of solo games. This one is based or very loosely inspired by the Long Way to a Small Angry Planet series of books, which if you haven't read, please do. Goodness grief, they're so good. It's just spacefaring goodness. It's wholesome, character-driven. When I read the first one, I said to my friend, it's like fan fiction for a series that doesn't exist. It just had such a familiar tone and vibe, like you knew these characters already. It's wonderful. So Fiona's going to be playing that and exploring space, all by her little lonesome. And then I will be playing Ion Heart, which is the only way that I was able to convince myself to do this series, because I am not historically a solo game lover.
It's okay.
Um,
We accept
partly
you.
I know, and I'm sorry, and it's a flaw that I'm trying to correct. I just enjoy the collaboration of multiplayer games too much. And I don't like all the responsibility. That's basically what it comes down to. But also I feel like if I'm sitting playing a solo game, I should be doing something else. It's
Ah,
the pressure of actually you should be making content. But this way I am making content. So that's
yay!
how I've been able to convince myself. Also, Ironheart is a solo game about mechs. So
That's it. You win.
it's your boy. I kind of like mechs. It is a game of exploring a post-war universe as a pilot and then mech. It gives me massive Lancer vibes. It's it feels a lot like just playing Lancer solo. I'm really excited for it. So that one you will be able to see later in the month, and then finally, I think the last thing of the month, if I'm not, I'm slightly mistaken. Um, the last solo stream. No, incorrect. That is the last solo stream.
Whew.
On the Tuesday before that, Fiona is also doing a game of One Breath Left, which is a Stout Stoat Press game. It's a horror solo journaling game, so that's why Fiona's interested because she loves a horror. It is
Horror
like a
loves
resource.
her.
Horror loves it. Really it agrees with her desperately. It's kind of like a resource management, get out before you die sci-fi horror sort of thing. It's got a beautiful looking VTT, which you don't often get for solo games. Um, it's gonna look fantastic. She's already recorded it. She managed to get character creation and the first half of the mission done, and it's gonna be a big long stream. So there's a lot of content there, which is I was really surprised by. I always expect solo games to be quite short and snappy, but it sounds like she got really invested in it.
It's really easy to. I think the last time I streamed a solo play, I was like, I think I can squeeze this out one more few more turns. I
Yeah.
turned to look at the clock after set turns, and I was like at 3.5 hours. Like, fuck, I gotta wrap this up. Shit.
Yeah, I suppose if you're on your own and you don't have other people's time to worry about, you could just be, I'm going to be the most indulgent space astronaut, the most indulgent mech pilot the world has ever seen.
Yes.
I'm going to try and keep myself restrained.
Oh, speaking of Bucket of Bolts by Mousehole
Mm,
Press, you said. Big congrats
yes,
to them. Anyway,
big
this last
congrats.
week for their other solo journaling game, Koriko.
Koriko,
Yes.
incredible
Uh,
news.
I love it. European-based sci-fi games, one of this year's Annie
Yeah.
recipients. Uh, European creators are heckin' talented. They're just as important, and they get just as much validation as any other big studio, like Rowan Brook and Decker did
Mm-hmm.
a
Eat the Reich.
beautiful sweep of a lot of their prizes for Eat the Reich. Uh, Free League also slipped out with quite a few medals indeed. Congrats to them, a Swedish-based company.
Mm-hmm.
And on Sunday, the 18th, Darcy and I are going to come back and we are going to gush
Mm.
about more European based games, but specifically sci fi ones.
You could have seen that coming.
So on socials, I may or may not just actively, like probably this weekend, say, like, can someone do my homework for me? And I want to hear about it.
Lazy.
I've been doing my homework, but
Mm-hmm.
can someone like check and like maybe help me out with
Check
extra
my
credit?
homework.
Because there are probably so many out there that we, of course, don't know.
For sure.
And I want to celebrate those. I want to know about them because they're European creators,
Mm-hmm.
because maybe the creators also from identifies as coming from a marginalized community, or it's just a fucking banging good game that deserves some eyes on it.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about the big ones too, but we're going to keep it to sci-fi from Europe as best we can because we're us.
It's actually pretty easy. Like I have done my homework, Ida, and doing a little bit of research. Again, we could that stream could be 4 to 6 hours long, like depending how many games we want to talk about, because really pleasantly surprisingly, there's a lot of them out there. And a lot of really good ones as well. Like we wouldn't be scraping the barrel, be like, well, this has got coherent sentences, I guess give it a try. No, they're like really, really top tier games. It's all the
Speaking,
ones that I was like, but what if we played this? And I just said, no.
You can play them, just we don't have to stream, produce, make
Wait, what?
content and everything else
What?
this month because we also need to
Oh,
sleep and eat.
I've been managing so far without.
Are you really though, friend? Do I need to pause the stream and like ask?
This is not an intervention. Not on air. Stop
Okay,
it.
okay. I'm gonna go back. I have a blueberry wine tonight.
What is that? I have never
Blueberry
heard of such a
wine.
thing.
I went blueberry picking last week and I got like a kilo of blueberries, and they were also selling blueberry wine. So like,
Wow.
it's sweet and has alcohol, so I can taste.
Done. What more do you need? What more do you need?
I need to talk to a amazingly talented woman boss whose
Oh,
publishing company also makes banger sci-fi games and is based in Europe.
lucky for you, I can actually think of several, but we caught one.
We caught one. It was a bit of a catch and release, and
Was
then
it?
the biggest fish swam by and was like, "Take me,
And we said, please, please come talk
please."
to us.
You want to talk to you're making time for us? Wow. So I got to talk to the talented, wonderful uh, person that is Samantha Webb, who is head of brand at Modifius.
First of all, I love that there is a woman who is the head of brand at Modifius. Like, that's what we love to see. Women in positions, like leadership positions in big companies, big EU based companies. Phenomenal.
Hmm.
And on top of that, she's amazing.
She's an amazing, talented trans woman based in the UK, has been with Modifius for years, so she knows her shit. She's also
Mhm.
one of the head of Black Hat Games.
Ah,
Black Hat
yes.
Gaming. Modifius is a UK-based publishing company, developing company. Has made these small games using like these tiny little IPs as Star Trek, for
Never heard of it.
example.
Fallout.
just these little itty bitty
Yeah.
things that very niche. And I got to talk to her about some sci-fi tropes, what makes a good sci-fi game, why is sci-fi a good vehicle, or why isn't it a good vehicle to tell these sort of stories with. And I also got to pick her brain about what it takes to be a professional in the TTRPG
Mm.
industry, especially as a woman. And she provided some insight, she provided some actual like tips that anyone wanting to make content professionally or not can apply right away, and she just rattled these things off, and I was like, yeah.
Taking notes.
If she told me, Ida, you're going to be more successful if you jump out of a building's window, I'd believe her and I'd go flying.
Mm.
But she's this kind of responsible person. So
Yeah.
catch this interview with Samantha Webb, head of brand at Modifius, on Sunday, the 11th at 7 p.m. BST, 8 p.m. CEST.
It's really easy to remember, you guys. We made it so easy for you.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
then finally, this is the last thing on the menu.
oh, but it's so good.
It's backed by popular demand. It was me. I was the
Mia, yeah.
demander. Yeah. You may remember as part of Women in Gaming Month, the Hood of Tales that Ida and I were project managers on, we put together literally the most fun panel I think I've ever had the pleasure of being vaguely adjacent to. We got 5 of the most talented, most prolific, most boundary pushing femmes in the UK. I want to say everybody's UK
It was UK,
based.
Europe, but yes, they happen to be all UK
They
based.
happen to all be, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And we just got them to talk about tropes and genre. They lovingly named the panel "Tropes, Tropes, Tropes" after a How I Met Your Mother reference that I don't get. Sorry. But
Likewise.
there was a very funny GIF in the chat, and I assume it's from that. Well, this is Tropes 2, Tropes 2, Tropes 2, Part
Sci-fi.
2, The Tropening. We got Fiona Howard, Taylor Navarro, Naomi Clark, Shamini Bundell, and Emily Bates back in one room to talk about tropes and genre, specifically in sci-fi. And the fact that the first panel, we got off the recording and they said we could have done that for another 2 hours. Well, okay, let's go around again, baby. Let's get everybody back in one room. Let's focus in on the sort of things that, like, Emily Bates is just gonna absolutely love talking about black holes for about 20 minutes. Um, a
Fiona's
group of
gonna whip
people.
out another dictionary.
Yes, Fiona kept us updated on how her dictionaries were faring in their trip across the Atlantic. They have made it safe. Don't worry, she's got them on her bookshelf. Um, a bunch of people who really, really know their stuff. Taylor Navarro is going to take the moderator seat for this one. We've decided to do rotating moderators, which is fun. Taylor is going to take that from the position of, what she says to me is, "Oh, well, I don't really know sci-fi tropes that well." But I've already played a sci-fi game with her, and she's in one of our sci-fi games. The woman's a sponge. She's already an expert. She's going to be taking the moderator chair with a view to asking and quizzing and, like, learning from the others, but she's going to give as good as she gets, because Diana Jones award-winning Taylor Navarro. Come on.
I expect nothing less from the self-professed teacher's pet of the TTRPG table.
Absolutely. She's been doing her research. You know it. But just to get those 5 back in a room again, and I just get to hit the button and just sit back and just watch them banter. It's going to be wonderful. Cannot wait for that. So you'll be able to watch that on the 25th of August, so right at the end of the month. And again, 7 p.m. BST, 8 p.m. CEST.
Easy, accessible
peasy.
for
Yes.
people like you and me and our friends watching that are at these accessible time zones.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. So there's got to be something there for everybody. Like, if you don't love sci-fi, I don't know why you're here. But stick around, and maybe if you watch some of this stuff, you will.
Stick around for any of the how many? This was 8, 12,
6 games.
12, 13, 14. So every other day average from
Pretty much.
from the start.
Do you see what we mean? We did too much. We shouldn't be streaming every other day. Expect much less from us in September.
That's a lie.
What? We don't have that much on yet.
Not consecutively.
I don't think we have that much programmed. We do have something that's starting to... Oh, yeah, because we're pre-recording stuff for September in August as well. So we're streaming every other day and recording some days as well. Mistakes were made and will be repeated. Definitely. Yeah, okay, actually, I just looked at Notion. Yeah, we got like 5 things. It's all good.
But with
all good.
Banging talent in this community, where I see a lot of streams that are also based in Europe, and I'm like, it's the same 5 friends. I love them; they're cool people, but like, let's mix it up a bit, because they're all masked, or they're all white, or they're all this or that, and there's so much talent to be shared, and I want to celebrate all these friends that I am making. You're watching the stream, you are likely friend as well.
Whether you know it or not, we will be your friends.
Yes.
Come to us. I think at the end, should we think? I was just going to say this. I'm going to make it true as an executive person of this channel. Should we open up our Discord at the end of the month? Do we think that's a reasonable?
Yeah,
maybe.
That is absolutely reasonable. We have a Discord in the works, so of course our cast members are in there. I can, for transparency purposes, say we take safety and comfort and security very seriously.
Absolutely.
We wouldn't just open a Discord, go, bam, everyone come in.
That's why it isn't open now.
Having really stringent community rules and values, and having people that have the spoons to help us moderate matter. Without these things in place, it would be irresponsible of us and would set us up for failure and conflict and bad vibes. And
we don't want that.
We don't want to mitigate. We need to make a good faith effort as much as we can to mitigate those. I've been on Discords where it's just everyone's kind of, by the grace of She God, everyone's like having good vibes, but I can tell right away there's like, I don't see any sort of moderation tools. I don't see any extra bots. I don't see any sort of agreements. If something were to go down, it'll get messy and people will get hurt where that could have been avoided. Our way is not infallible, but it goes a long way, and we're giving that the time and attention it deserves. And when we cannot give it the time and attention, we have to also recognize and say that needs to be put on the back burner, and we cannot rush that. That's why it's not open yet. Full transparency. We want to have you in
But soon.
though.
But soon.
Soon.
Because
Soon.
it's all very well and good us saying, "Oh, look, we will be your friends and you can come and watch our content," but there's going to be more to it than that. It is going to be a community. It's going to be a space, a safe and moderated space where people can come and take part in games on and off stream. We hope support us in other ways, support each other in other ways.
Yeah.
That's the really important thing.
Yeah. I don't personally. I'd love to be wrong, and correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone, internet, past, present, or future. I don't know of any other communities that's really specifically say we are European based. I know a lot of communities that are just general communities and don't specify one regionality.
Yeah.
Or they're all UK based.
Yeah. But again, without necessarily, I'm thinking of a couple of the UK ones. It's not like we are a UK based streaming group. It's not necessarily a part of their identity. It's just a happenstance of who they are. Yeah.
At EUphoria, it's our identity.
Yeah.
If that
it's
wasn't
right there in the
clear
name.
in the name, when we brainstormed the name, it was like Europe, EUphoria. Ooh,
It happened pretty quickly.
That
There was some really great puns suggested by a couple of my friends. Shout out to the hooligans, you know who you are. There was some really great puns suggested, and Ida just poo-pooed them. What she didn't like them. I don't know what to tell you.
No poo-poo. I just had a really banger one.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, that's something worth shouting out as well. Actually, there are 2 Tuesdays where we're not live in Summer of Sci-Fi, and that's because we instead want to direct you over to the Cat you know her. Cat the Law Mistress's channel. I'm very tired. Cat the Law Mistress's channel on I want to say the 6th and the 13th. Is that how time works? Yes, it is. Where you can catch my bad self GMing for Cat, Fiona, Taylor, and Ren, the last 2 parts of our summer adventure of Tales from the Loop. They grow up so fast. It's a sci-fi game by a European publisher, and so we decided, hey, let's not program against ourselves. And instead you can go and get some European sci-fi based goodness over there, and you should, because it's a really, really great table telling a really great story. I'm really, really proud of it, so go check that out.
And graphically, the production level is so high.
The production level is what is killing me right now. But it is worth it. It's amazing.
It looks gorgeous. It looks gorgeous. Whoever commissioned the art, made all the music choices.
The artwork that is in VTT is from the book, but like the overlays was Cat. Cat did all the overlays.
They're gorgeous. The singers are gorgeous.
Cat, storyboarded by me, put together by Cat.
Gorgeous.
Team effort.
Gorgeous.
Huge undertaking, but so worth it. It was the project. Yeah, right. And it was the project that inspired me to be like, hey, Aida, we should have high production value on our stuff.
Okay.
I'm rethinking it now because it's killing me.
We're gonna get more people.
We need more people and more time. But that's those captions that you see are generated by Aida. That's going to be the standard for our captions for pre-recorded things, because that level of accessibility, like the captions that are up and running now, like it's okay. They're not good. Great. We can get a level of.
They're pretty good. Okay, it was delayed.
Don't let us down now, video. Increased level of accuracy, increased level of readability. Just again, it's hard work, but it's worth it.
Yes.
So expect more of that from us.
All of what we said, that's just this 1 month.
Shut up.
That's just this 1 month.
Look, next month we have
Sleep.
A mini-series.
We do.
2 pre-records happening and a 1-day event. That's all we have.
Okay.
That's doable. That's totally doable.
Okay.
The pre-records are all taken care of. That's happening. It's in the offing. The mini-series I will poke the GM now, and the 1-day event is me.
Okay.
It's your Zaba's Day on September the 15th. That's all I'm saying.
You're going to hear more about it. If there are any European-based publishers, European-based TTRPG creatives who are going to start launching a Kickstarter or something, and you have a game that you think could use some extra eyes and you want us to be part of that, hit us up. Darcy
Grabby
and I
hands.
both have really have a lot of concrete experience in not just production, but understanding APs as marketing value as well. When I am going to play a game for the first time, when I'm considering buying a game, I go look for APs.
Same.
I go look for APs. I like when I hear the mechanics explained, when I see the players asking smart questions and bringing it to life, and I see this elevated standard of play that inspires me to go try it out for myself. And when I'm fighting that imposter syndrome, I go back to that AP and I'm like, I can do it. They're doing it. I can do it. And I go play the game and have a great time.
Yeah, for sure. I'm
So.
far more likely to try a new game if I can watch somebody else play it first. Far more. So let us get people playing your games, especially if you're marginalized identity based in the EU, because we want to platform you. We want you at the Ennies next year. That's what we want.
Oh, that'd be great.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
More Europeans at the Ennies.
We're going to take over. Haha. No, actually, no.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait,
that's rich. That's rich coming from me, a POC.
it's about time. Reverse colonialism?
Yeah,
Does that count as reparations?
I had this running joke with my sister who visited just recently, even last year. We said, "Oh, we're going to plant a flag, and we're just going to find random mounds of dirt and say, this is ours now. This is how you all did it in the old days, right? We're doing
That's
it
how it
now."
works. You've got a flag. It counts. Look up that old Eddie Izzard sketch. It's phenomenal. Do you have a flag? No flag, no country. You can't have one. It's in the rules that I've just made up.
Stamp. So we're going to be up and around everywhere, representing the European community everywhere. You can find me personally at Big Bad Con at the end of October.
Are you able to talk about the thing?
I'm going. I haven't gotten greenlit or anything. They said at least July 31st. I thought there'd be another announcement. I'm going to Big Bad. How or when or further details that the other world can let them know. But I'm probably Big Bad Con.
That's
Big
really
Bad.
exciting.
I'm
Really
super
exciting.
And I'm going to take everything I've learned and I'm going to try to apply it back here. And I'm going to do my dog darn best to be at Dragon Meet. I think I have now business reasons to be at Dragon Meet.
I'll be there.
I'm kind of got to be there.
Yeah. I'll be working, but yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, that's sort of what we have things, we have games, we have APs, we have things.
Oh God, yes, we need to work on that.
Friends.
We'll be working on that through September as well, I guess.
What I love about Dragon Meet as well, especially, is that there was the POC meetup there.
Yes.
too.
Again, facilitated by Diana Jones award-winning Taylor Navarro. That's going to be amazing. I'm just going to like hover outside and be like, you're all so cool.
Darcy, have more business cards. Keep them safe.
That's just me waiting outside and she just lobbed them at me. Sorry, microphone. I'm sorry.
Okay, it loves you back. So when we had the beginning stream and we had these plans, and some friends PM me just like, "Oh my God, that's really ambitious. That's kind of scary, really."
Shut up.
It came from a genuine place of concern, and I saw their concern.
But
we're doing it.
We're doing it.
But we are doing it. We're doing it more or less responsibly.
Yes, we are. No, yes. I'm fine. Don't look off camera.
We're doing it. And it needs to be done. I'm glad it's getting done. I see people getting lifted and having places at the table where they wouldn't have access otherwise because they applied to games otherwise and they just couldn't meet the time zone requirements.
Yeah.
They're having a place here. And by extension, they are getting other opportunities.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to take responsibility for tall nerd Apollo's success with Evil Hat after Hot Pride, but maybe I am a little bit. No, but he's just a really talented person.
Saying there's a pipeline. I can see the pipeline.
For example, every little bit helps, and I'm happy to be part of that front line alongside with Darcy, alongside with Fiona, and all the talented people that are joining us at the tables we are facilitating. It's heartwarming to hear their feedback, to say, I feel happy to have a community that is relatable and close to me. Their feedback is that they're happy that their safety is being really cared for, that we're trying to be as community as possible. We're setting standards that when we go to other communities and do things, we notice the difference and we can't go back anymore.
Yeah. Or we kind of say to them, listen, the way you're doing it is fine. However, what if you did it this way?
That happened though. And then they were like, can you tell us exactly how to do it, Aida? And I'm like,
no.
I kind of just did.
Yeah.
But I'm done now.
Yeah.
It's not my burden.
Yeah. Here's sort of a blueprint. Go and do the work. Go and do the work yourselves.
Mm-hmm. Or
like it's hard.
Like it's hard. Or we just kind of talked about it here. So come watch this. Hi. Exactly. Hi, friends.
We might get there with production 101 and that kind of thing. Some seminars, some behind the scenes stuff. But it's probably going to be Patreon content. So open your wallets.
There are a variety of ways to support us. They are linked down below if you are watching Twitch. We made affiliate. Yay! If you have the means, please subscribe to our Twitch channel. If you have Amazon Prime, that does come with a free Twitch subscription. If you're not using it, consider tossing it our way. You just have to manually re-up it each month, but it costs you nothing extra if that is a thing you have. If you love Soul Muppet games because you love sad space cowboys, or Blues, or you love doomed Arthurian westerns, inevitable, then you love Soul Muppet games, and you're going to want to get these games. If you want to get these games, could you use our affiliate link at Soul Muppet? That'd be really swell. That is linked below. And I think past Aida also did a thing. Can I spell? I can spell.
You can spell. Let's go.
Patter twink in the chat if you're watching on Twitch.
I'm going to talk about it later, but one of the solo games that I didn't play was the solo rules for Orbital Blues. It's called The Wanderer. It is. You use poker chips. It's so good. Check that out. Pick it up. Use our affiliate link.
Please. If you're considering getting Orbital Blues games, please use our link. It doesn't do anything. You don't pay anymore. Just a little bit of the proceeds go to us, but no extra cost to you. And we have a Patreon. We are working on exclusive content. We are going to fill it out. I promise. I was like, I should put the schedule and all this sci-fi stuff on it. If you have some extra dollary dues, poundaroos around, Eurobucks, consider hanging out at our Patreon. We're going to be fleshing that out and having more exclusive content there. Yeah. And we really appreciate the support. It helps paying for assets. It helps trying to find and paying musicians for licensing their music because we want to support those creatives.
That might already be in the works.
It's in the works, but it doesn't come from our money tree, which is a little barren at the moment.
Okay.
I would love, and Darcy and I've talked about this, we want to also eventually move to paying our cast members an amount that is commensurate to a wage that even translates to better than hourly, or at the very least, to start with, a token of appreciation.
Yeah, that's where we're at now. Mm-hmm. We feel like that's the least that we can do. We're not going to be able to offer it for everything, but where we can, we would like to. If you're a massive publisher and you're watching this and you want to sponsor us with thousands and thousands of pounds, then please email us,
and we will give you your money's worth.
Absolutely. But if you want to buy us a house, like a studio for us all to live and work in, that would be great as well. No. I'm not above being a sugar baby in this economy.
For Watsy?
Yeah, draw the line there.
See, yeah. I was like, we're on the same page. Like I would have said the same. Just like,
Paizo.
Paizo is fantastic.
Yeah. And again, like not European, but incredible Ennie's win for like that fantastic, diverse, almost all Asian staff writing an Asian-inspired book. Beautiful to see. Fantastic.
I love it. I hope we have more Paizo content in our community, Grifu.
That would be good.
Yeah, so that's what we have this month. The next stream will be Wednesday with Scum and Villainy. Again, the full schedule is down below if you're watching on Twitch. Otherwise, check out our socials. I have pinned the entire schedule on Twitter. I will never call it X, on Twitter, and I'll be reposting it regularly on the other socials as well. Please join us. Come lurk, come chat, offer your ideas, and we want to know about you if you're not known to us. Are you based in Europe and UK? Are you a TTP creative fan lover? Reach out to us. Add us on the socials. We want to be friends. We want to know about you.
We've had some people already reach out, and some people sending us their games and stuff, and people that I wasn't aware of. So this is already working. Proof of concept, it's already working.
Yep. Excite.
Much excite.
But first, sleep?
I guess. I might just record some stuff right now, or I might do some editing. But yeah, I suppose. Yeah, sure. Sure.
Okay. I think that's all from us. And is there anything else world-shattering we want to share? Do we have anything?
We've got to keep some stuff back. Yeah, it's all world-shattering, Ida. This is all incredible content. Think about this from the point of view of somebody who hasn't seen it all. That's an incredible lineup.
Yeah, but our bar, Darcy, is not in hell. It's we place it rather high up.
True. I think we've leapt
That's
it with
a good
a plan.
problem, but with a problem. But it's a good one to have.
I think it's a great lineup. I think everybody should be very excited. And if you're not, what content are you watching? Please point me in that direction. But yeah, we're excited to get this up and running. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you if you were lurking, if you were watching, if you've boosted us on socials, all that good jazz. It helps. It really, truly helps. It feels like such a simple little thing, but it really helps.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you. We see you, Europe, UK, and outside the US. We see you, women and femme. We see you, POC, immigrants, and BAME. We see you, people with neurodivergencies, people with disabilities. We see you.
We see you.
And we love you. And these two friends of yours are going to sign off and sleep and or record and or edit.
Then sleep.
And sleep somewhere.
Yeah.
Friend, who are you?
It's me, JC Darcy. I use they, she pronouns. You can find me back on Twitter against my will. It me, JC Darcy. Trying to be better at using Blue Sky. It's a barren wasteland. And yeah, you'll first see me back here for Bucket of Bolts, which I'm excited about.
Much excite. And I will be Aida. You can find me at In the Pan. I thought about being better on Blue Sky, but I'm bad at Twitter anyway.
It's tough.
I need to get better. Yeah. You can find me here. The next thing you see my face at will be next week, Sunday, chatting with Samantha Webb. Amazing. I can't wait to get to talk with her, and she was so gracious with her time. Follow us on all the things if you can, please. Thank you for chatting. Thank you, Arnica, for being around. Criffle was lurking. Thanks, Sam, for lurking. I know Neil was lurking as well, and other people that I cannot click across my millions of screens right now. I'm so sorry. We appreciate you. Thank you for being part of EUphoria. We're going to feel this hot, wonderful, sexy summer of sci-fi.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
All right, and I guess we're just going to look at the camera and then wave goodbye. So goodbye, camera. Bye bye.